Hello, world, and welcome back to the King Jeff podcast, where we're setting a royal precedence for what's culturally acceptable in our community. Also, we're putting a written document, the Matrix Project, in everyone's hand so that everyone globally can understand our cultural codes. The Matrix Project can be purchased from the Amazon bookstore. Also, please remember to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. Like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now, let me remind you to like this video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now, before we go forward, allow me to remind you to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. Like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. However, before we go into that, allow me to introduce to you guys our call-in show on March 7th. On March 7th, we will be debuting our Facebook and Instagram call-in show for you guys to call in and discuss three key areas. Either you're going to call in and discuss relationships where you want to find love. Um, Also, you can discuss business networking if you want to find people in your area around the nation who you'd like to partner with and link up with them. And the last area is community development. If you'd like to link up with people in your area or globally or nationally who are doing certain things in the community to set the tone. So that's what we're doing here. We're creating a royal standard for what's culturally acceptable. And we're not going to stay quiet in this regard. We're going to be very loud to give all of those people who have goodwill toward men, who are not selfish and understand that change must come, and that are interested in getting involved in this movement and partnering with other like-minded people. So on March 7th, that's the day that we'll be debuting our call-in Facebook and Instagram live show. We're doing it 3 times a day. Excuse me. Morning, noon, and night, depending on what coast you are, whether you're East Coast to Pacific or Central Coast or Central. The time and the schedule is on the website and on the page. So uh, check it out. So morning, noon, and night, we're going to do 3 sessions on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to this collaborative work in which we're coming together and we're sharing in this responsibility of creating this royal culture. Remember, guys, royal culture just means upper, royal class, upper class. We're creating an upper class culture. It's time out for underperforming and always being subjective. Okay, we're going to talk about some of this stuff going on in the Ukraine and with Russia and the world that concerns us heavily, and we have to get involved with it in some way. All right. So, with that being said, that shared effort that we talked about, we need you to call in. We need you to get involved. We're doing trainings, workshops, large groups, small groups, personal life coaching sessions, um, workshops of different kinds. We're doing the call in show. So we need your hands in on this thing. God gave me a vision and showed how he was going to use this platform to really restore the culture for his glory. And everybody's going to benefit as a result. So we need you to call in. We need you to get involved. We need you sharing your wisdom as well as learning new ideas. This is a collaborative work. No one knows it all. Two eyes are better than one. Okay. So it's good to have partnerships. All right. That's one of the major things that we're bringing back into our community, partnerships. Now, we're doing a lot of talk on the King Jeff podcast about this or that, about royal cultures and excellence and winning and being at the top of the food chain. But talk is cheap. Talk is very cheap. I'm King Jeff, and you're king or queen or princess or Prince who? Tell me. Put your name there. You are going ahead and claim your royal title now. I'm Queen Sheba. I'm King Renard. Own it. No one's going to give it to you. You're going to have to take that thing. If I ask you, would you rather be the lender or the borrower? Who would you rather be? You'd rather be the lender. So that's why I totally understand that everybody wants to be the winner. No one will choose the lesser unless something is seriously wrong with them. And that's what allows me to go so hard because I know everybody wants to be the winner. They just don't know how to get there. But guess what? This partnership, this network, this alliance that we're setting up, oh yeah, we're gonna bring uh unity back again. We're gonna make partnerships sexy again because it's been lost over time. Okay, and that's how we're gonna get it back through this effort. As I was saying, this royal culture isn't going to cultivate itself. We're going to have to make this thing manifest. We have to bring it to pass. Okay. So now, if you're looking at this podcast and you're thinking, well, I'm already a king, I'm already a queen, I'm already a prince, I'm already a princess, so he's not talking to me. Well, then why don't you share your wisdom to help us all grow? And truthfully, everyone can get better. Everyone is going to need somebody. So if you are strong, you're still going to need your brother and your sister to come up and improve their strength as well so that we all can survive the challenges. You got it? So now, as far as the community, my target market, um, initially, the group that we're going after, we're helping them help themselves. That's what we're doing. We're building people up to help themselves. Okay. We're building them up to help themselves, and we're cultivating communities that are prosperous, that have leaders who understand, and warriors who can defend the integrity of it. We talked about that earlier. Standardization. Yes, standardization. We need accountability checks in place so that we can make sure that prosperity is going to manifest. No one's going to give it to us. So we're just going to go right now. I'm just going to talk about some of the key challenges in our community right now that this royal culture is going to overturn. These are some major things that are having a negative effect on our community and our target market. The first thing is underperformance and low motivation. Have to be motivated. Got it? Single parenting and low exposure. Single parents are sometimes so busy that the children don't have all the things that they need in terms of being introduced to so many different things. Okay? Absentee parenting and chronic hopelessness. If both parents aren't there, or if your parents are not meeting your needs, there's sometimes a hopelessness that sets in. Poor leadership and no parental or adult accountability. Poor leadership or no adult accountability. Once we put that crown on your head, you're going to feel different. These things are going to be overturned. That's why we are uplifting that royal culture that we continue to talk about. The next thing is juvenile delinquency and teenage pregnancy. Juvenile delinquency and teenage pregnancy. Sex for young people, sex for adults, even. It has to be used responsibly. You have to be responsible over your body. We're having far too many births that's unplanned, unexpected, and unprepared for. And that's a problem that's continuing to cause deterioration in the integrity of the community. Okay? So, juvenile delinquency. Let's get our kids busy so that they don't have so much time on their hands to get in trouble. Okay? Unemployment and homelessness. The next thing is exploitation and systemic dependency. Exploitation by people that don't have your best interests at heart, and systemic dependency, depending on people who do not have your best interests in heart, your best interests at heart, and depending on them too much. All right. The last two: racial discrimination and hate. Racial discrimination and hate. If you take care of your own business, you become the king, queen, leader over your own circumstance. You won't leave yourself in positions to be exploited and discriminated against. Okay? Racial discrimination and hate. When those things are present, there's no way you're going to be treated fairly by people who hate you because of your race or your sex or whatever. Okay? And the last thing is low political diversity. If you live in a community and your peers are not represented in the political parties or the government, then you have a serious problem. Again, you're systemically dependent upon, you know, people that very well do not reflect your cultural needs. Okay? And that's a problem. So that's why we're raising up this kingdom culture so that everyone can perform at the top of the food chain. You got it? Now, this is something that you're going to have to earn. It's not given. Now, talking about a king's job. What is a king's job? Or if you're a queen, what is a queen's job? We're talking about the royal titles that we're talking about, raising up a royal upper class. A king's job is to find the most efficient path to success. Also, it's the job of the king to make clutch decisions under pressure. You have to make good decisions in key moments. Next, kings have to think soundly under pressure. They can't be irrational when the pressure turns up. They have to be able to maintain mental wellness under pressure. This is the thing that will set you apart from all the other kings. Now, there are a lot of different kings around. There are different people around that walk in excellence. But the thing that's going to set you apart is your ability to think under pressure. Got to keep it together, guys. Okay. The next thing, they always have a plan for what's happening, where they're going, what are they doing. They always have a plan. This is a personal plan. For instance, my vision that the Lord showed me, He gave me a personal vision. In all the areas I've been and all the things that I've seen, I have yet to see another king that has the vision that God gave me. No one interprets or communicates it like I do. Every king will have their own plan. They'll have a plan. All right. They have plans to success. This is the thing that's going to distinguish you from the other kings. Now, this does not mean that you hate on other people, that you have to hate on other kings because they're doing something different. No, kings can coexist without any hate. You can be the top dog over here, he's the top dog over there, and even when you come together, there still is going to be a pecking order of kings. You know, you want to be at the top of the food chain no matter who's around. You want to be at the top of the food chain and without hate. Kings can coexist without having problems with one another. Respect. That's the thing that's necessary when different kings are around each other or queens are in the presence of each other. Respect keeps the world going around without problem. Okay? Next, kings confront and overcome anything that threatens his crown and his kingdom. Kings confront and overcome anything that threatens his crown or his kingdom. You're talking about ready to fight. Kings are always ready in a minute's notice to stand up and take action when necessary. Next, kings equip themselves for competition. Kings equip themselves for competition, meaning go to college, educate yourself. If you're interested in a business, do the research, get good understanding, and all you're getting, get understanding so you can know where you're going, so you can go and accomplish the task that you're going to do. That's what kings do. They equip themselves for competition. Lastly, kings remain ready at all times. Kings remain ready at all times. There's a saying that goes around that say, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Now let's talk about this matrix project. Let's talk about this blueprint that's exceptional. It's a workbook that's interactive. It requires everyone to be involved, and it will overturn all negative things, any challenges in your community, any challenges in your life. It shows you how to live above it. Royalty. Now, the Matrix Project, you can get it off of the Amazon bookstore. Um, it's an interactive workbook, and it's structured to keep you ready. It consists of pillars, 7 pillars that every single person need in order to thrive. All communities need these pillars in order to be a thriving community. The Matrix Project. If you answer yes to either of these 4 questions, that means that the Matrix Project workbook is for you. This is giving parents a structure, like how to raise children. For so many years, we've heard the tort. There are no rules to this, to raising children. There's no instruction manual to raising children. But I beg to differ. There is, and it's the Matrix Project. The Matrix Project is the answer to how you produce individuals who can thrive. So if you answer yes to either of these 4 questions, then that means that this text is for you and it will benefit you greatly. Would you like to be the most powerful person in every room you enter? Yes. Second question, would you like to empower your children to lead and become CEOs? Yes. The third question, would you like to assure your success 100% of the time? Would you like to assure your success 100% of the time? Yes. Last question, would you like to solidify a great family legacy that will last forever? Would you like to solidify your family legacy that'll last forever? Past your life, past your children's lives. It'll live forever. That answer is yes. So then go to the Amazon bookstore and pick up a copy of the Matrix Project. Like we said, culture consists of your visual artifacts, your unwritten beliefs, and your written documents. The Matrix Project is key to cultural engineering. This is the perfect program, and it's written for everyone to have in their hand. It has our cultural codes in it. So this program will empower everyone in all communities to excel in every walk of life. This program will empower everyone in every walk of life. The Matrix Project is scientific. The scientific principles assure you that whatever you sow, you will reap. The Matrix Project is built on that. Okay? It's impartial. Science is impartial. Also, it's not biased in any way. So no matter your race, your sex, your gender, your religion, your your culture. It doesn't have any hangups. It's not biased. It's the perfect structure for building effective people. So the Matrix Project belongs everywhere. It's already in public school systems. It's already in homes. It's already in athletic programs. So no matter, it's in community centers. So you need this for your house. We're raising a royal culture that will set the tone for what's culturally acceptable. So whether you're building a family, marriage, parenting, the Matrix Project is perfect for you. At your job, in professional capacities, the Matrix Project is perfect for you. In school, academic environments, perfect. Athletics, perfect. Domestic and intimate relationships, perfect. Shows you how to respect, how to value others, how to interact appropriately with others, is perfect. Politics, government, perfect. Law enforcement agencies, perfect. Military, public relationship, perfect. International affairs, perfect. If Putin had the Matrix Project, he wouldn't be in the Ukraine right now doing what he's doing. Bottom line. So since we told you, basically what the Matrix Project is, its purpose for causing each individual to bring their A game. Bring your A game. Bring your A game. If you're not bringing your A game, you will not succeed because there are people out there who's hungry. They're bringing their A game, and if you're not ready to compete, then you might as well plan to fail. Now we want you to bring your A game in performance. We want you performing. Around it, we talked about what the Matrix Project can do for us on the larger scale. Let me bring it down a little bit and show you what it can do for you personally or for the individual. We're going to equip you to bring your A game in every single thing that you do, always, in everything, all the time. You got it? We want you to bring your A game. You can't compete unless you come ready to compete. That energy and being ready to go. You have to come ready to go. Got it? So we're going to get you performing at your royal capacity. There's four key areas that we want the individual to think about. We're going to get that individual, each individual performing at their highest capacity, at your royal capacity, at your very best. The second thing is we're going to use your values. The matrix uses your values to tap into what it is that you want to do. The values tap into your motivation. Like winning is a habit. Winning takes practice. Practice makes perfect. But if you're gonna practice something and be motivated to practice something, well, we have to connect your values to that. What you value, you'll willfully go after. Okay. So your motivation's inside of you. No one can motivate you. You have to have a motivation inside of you. We can inspire you. You came with the motivation. And if you lack motivation, in which we've seen so much of, and that's the reason that we're underperforming, we're being exploited and being just like being subjugated, it's because we lack that motivation or we lack understanding. But that's what the Matrix Project is bringing, understanding, a structure to how to get to that prosperity that we see for ourselves. Okay. So we said that we're going to have you performing at your highest level. We said that we're going to use your values to tap into your motivation. Now, dealing with motivation, that third thing is motivation. That's a primary factor that's going to set you up for success. What is your inner drive? What is that thing inside of you that propels you to go? That's called your motivation. That's why you have to quickly like surround yourself with positive people so you can learn as much as possible, be exposed as much as possible so that you can decide where are my areas of focus. What am I going to focus on? What am I good at? What does my community need? Okay, and that's regarding values and motivation. That's very important. Most people, and I'm gonna kind of table this until I do this, say this last part. The fourth thing is self drive. Your self drive. We want you to be self driven. All kings, queens, princes, and princesses have an inner drive, a self drive to be the top of the food chain. So all kings are self driven, okay? And you so will you be. All kings and queens are self driven, and so shall you be. Now, as I was going to say, when you go to college, most people just kind of aimlessly choose their major. They don't have anything, like they just kind of do it based off of what they like. That's not the only consideration that you need to consider when majoring in something or deciding to do a thing. I inform parents of this all the time. What you like isn't always what you need. What you like is not always what you need. For instance, let's say that my family is poor, like like poverty stricken, and let's say that we're foreign. So if I educate myself, but I know that I'm the only person in my family who has access to this education that could catapult our family wealth, I could like something on a small scale that has, like, let's say social work, although there's so many positives in it, or teaching. Teachers don't get paid a whole lot, social workers don't get paid a whole lot. But let's say that because the family placed a lot of trust, and like they are dependent on me to come in and become educated and empowered to fuel and take care of the entire family. Can I become a teacher? Is that going to grow or make me the revenue that I need to take care of myself as well as my family members? Maybe not. Very likely not. So now that means it's not just about what I like. I like teaching or I like coaching. It's about what I have to do also. So if my family is dependent on me to grow revenue, that means I need to look at those things that have higher incomes. So work, what's love got to do with it? Like it's work. That's why it's called work. It's not called leisure. So if this is what I recommend to parents. You look at what the lifestyle that you want to live, and then you determine what areas produces that type of revenue income, and then you make your decision based off of that group or that assembly of items. Okay, if I say that I'm upper class, so that means okay, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be an engineer, you're going to be a it has those areas that are upper class, and then you make your decision off of that. You look at curriculums and syllabuses, and you decide okay, so where what do I now go major in? As much more information is better than no information. So keep that in mind. Okay. So as I said before, everybody wants to be a winner, no matter who they are. I promise you, that's the way it is. So when people are not winning, it's not because they didn't want to win. They just didn't commit to or get connected to the way in which to become that winner. Some things are not, their faults. Some people are born into poverty and they're born into situations and they are not exposed to the ways to overcome those things. Okay. So now it's from our belief that everybody's motivated to do something. Everyone wants something. Everybody values something. Everybody's motivated to do something. Everybody wants something. And everybody values something. We just now need to tap into what that is. The Matrix Project examines all of those things that will drive you to being self driven to your highest capacity. your royal self. Talk is cheap. We're scientific in how we're going to bring about that culture. Now, the truth is, we understand that even though we know that all people want to succeed, everybody's not going to succeed. Everyone's not going to succeed. The Bible talks about that. My people perish because they lack knowledge. Well, we're giving you a written document that will meet that third part of culture. Written document. We're giving this to you. Well, we're not giving it to you. You have to go to the Amazon bookstore and get it. But we provide it, like we put a lot of energy in it, and it's just the right thing. It's solid. Okay. Now we know that everyone is not going to succeed. With no plan, you might as well plan to fail. We already know that. Many people are going to fail because they lack a plan. Okay. Okay, as we close, I'd like to thank you for hanging out with me as I introduce the King Jeff podcast and talk about the Matrix Project. Remember this: 97% of people are trapped inside the Matrix. 2% have escaped, but do not have the power yet or the influence yet to make those major moves. But they're much better than the 97%. The 1%ers are the one with the awareness and with the power. We want to graduate everyone from the 97% to the 2%, and then eventually we can sit on our throne in our 1% place, in our 1%. That's what we need to get to, that 1%. Okay. So keep that in mind. Like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. We'll be seeing you soon. God bless. Peace.